Hi guys, I'm Libertman, forced to be alone, free to decide how. Today we close this first playlist on the channel with a final integration. Why does all of this matter? How do you use it in real life to begin your self-knowledge journey without getting lost in complexity? Well, what is the purpose of knowing the 4 C4PC macro groups? The C4PC is a compass. It is not meant to describe you in detail or replace formal personality tests. Its function is initial orientation in your self-knowledge process, giving you the 4 cardinal directions before taking the first step. So, it allows you to know the main 3 dimensions. The interior versus the exterior, the individual versus the collective, and the reason versus the emotion. By simply identifying your general macro tendency, this will help you to lean more toward. This will help you to know that you are leaning more toward introversion or extroversion. It will help you know that you are functioning more through reason or emotion, that you are focusing first on yourself or on the community. You can already understand at a broad level why certain people are incompatible with you, why certain jobs and environment drain you or energize you. You can understand why certain relationships demand roles that you cannot and should not fulfill. The C4PC is a general orientation, not a micro detail about your personality. So, the integral lens to analyze any reality is given by the integral model of Ken Wilber, from which we use the 4 quadrants model, and it reminds you to look at every necessary variable of a situation. That is, paying attention to the 4 quadrants of any situation or reality. The interior individual quadrant that involves the mind, emotions, meaning, motivation. The exterior individual quadrant that involves your habits, your actions, biology. The interior collective quadrant that involves the shared values, culture, language, and the exterior collective that includes the systems, institutions, economy, and rules. Why is this important? Because it prevents reductionism, the trap of blaming only your mindset or only the system, when actually reality is multi-causal. This model is the most complete theoretical tool we have to analyze any phenomenon, that is, work, relationships, loneliness, mental health, purpose, career decisions, migration, etc. The MBTI is your cognitive architecture, so it helps you see how you think. Once you are oriented through the C4PC, you move into the MBTI to refine your personal map. The MBTI gives you your cognitive type from one of the 16 subtypes, and this will gives you information about how you perceive, process, and decide. This shows your mental style, whether you are more abstract or more leaning towards the concrete of reality. It clarifies how you construct meaning, and also explains what environmental conditions are necessary to sustain your well-being. Type of task, rhythm, level of socialization, decision-making style, etc. Regarding the Big Five, it gives you measurable traits. It shows you how you behave. The Big Five complements the MBTI with 5 continuous factors: openness, conscientiousness, extraversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. It gives you gradients, not types. Adds numbers to behavioral and emotional tendencies, and helps you adjust habits, work contexts, and relationships to your natural range. So the correct order of use would be the following. First, the C4PC, that it gives you general orientation, it gives you the cardinal direction before the beginning of your self-knowledge journey. Then the integral model, it's the complete lenses that allows you to see reality in full. Then the MBTI gives you powerful information about your cognitive architecture and let you see how you process and decide. And lastly, the Big Five gives you information about the trait intensity. What are your behavioral tendencies? With this foundation, you can begin a serious self-knowledge process without getting overwhelmed. So, how long does it take to consolidate this self-knowledge process? It's not a weekend and it's not a month, for sure. Most people require around 6 to 12 months for this knowledge to mature and consolidate. It all depends how long and serious and effort you put into this process. Maybe if you have some holiday and you put in some full-time dedication, you can make it earlier. But if you have a job, you have your own life and dedicate once in a while every week to research about your personality types in full, it will take you at least 6 months. First, because the first stage is that you learn and explore about your own personality type. Then you start to observing yourself in daily life to catch these traits, to catch these tendencies, and finally you don't need to reread anything. One day you will recognize your patterns automatically and begin changing decisions and habits in real time because you know already who you are. So that is the goal, that self-knowledge becomes an intuitive skill. So let's set a practical plan how to start today this self-knowledge journey or process. The step 1 is to locate yourself. That is using the C4PC. Identify your macro group. Write it down and compare with your lived patterns. The step 2 is to put on the full glasses. That is using the integral model of Ken Wilber. And before analyzing any problem, now start scanning the situation and scanning the 4 quadrants in any situation. And ask yourself, which variable am I ignoring? Step 3 is going deeper into the MBTI. Take the test and make sure of the results by checking whether you have replied honesty, not thinking in what is politically correct or what society expects from you to to answer. And once you get your subtype, then choose the profile of your new version of yourself that best corresponds to your actual life experience. Now begin researching only your type, searching for videos, specialized blogs, or specialized channels in YouTube about your MBTI personality type, and you will get to know every detail of your personality. Then step 4 is refine this process by adding all the information given by the Big Five. Take the Big Five assessment, record your 5 traits levels, see in which you are high, in which you are low, and consider which environmental conditions in your life best regulate you, and start choosing this environment or start planning how to get out of those environments that are not good for you. In the step 5, then integrate all this into your lifestyle. That is, adjust schedules based on your energy, whether you are an introvert or an extrovert. There are some moments during the day in which you recharge, whether with people, whether when you find your moment to be alone, whether in the morning, whether at night. Then select core tasks that are aligned to your cognition. For that, you will need to know your MBTI type and know which are your cognitive functions. Then regulate social load and resting patterns according to the Big Five. For that, you will need to know in which you score high and low in each of the traits of the Big Five. And then evaluate decisions using the 4 quadrants for any situation of your life. And then finally, the step 6 would be a monthly iteration of this whole 5-step process. Every 30 days, you can ask yourself, what have I improved? What still misaligns with myself? What will I adjust in this situation or to retrieve satisfaction in my life? So what changes when you apply all this? As we were saying, you will get more accurate decisions in work, in relationships, in your lifestyle. You will get less guilt due to the comparison. You will stop comparing yourself with other typologies and lifestyle and way of seeing life that have nothing to do with your own. You will have less confusion. You will cut out content that doesn't apply to you. You will have more consistent well-being due to your own decisions in your own life by knowing what you're doing, finally. And you're going to get better relational clarity. You will know with whom you click and why, and with whom you don't. And you will have the freedom to choose and take different decisions. And you will get more autonomy. You will design your own life based on your nature and not in anything from any other person or any external influence. So it's important to remind yourself that the C4PC is meant for the general dimension. For details, you need the MBTI and the Big Five. And to analyze any topic properly, Then use the integral model by Ken Wilber. This framework doesn't put you in a box. It frees you from false expectations and gives you a method to live according to your true nature. So lastly, if you reach this point, you already began your self-knowledge journey. So now you know where to start, how to look at reality completely, and how to move forward without wasting years. So I wish you strength and clarity, and here you will find real tools, no marketing, BS, no manipulation. So let's keep going. Thank you for listening, and all the best.